more on the press conference, let's talk to Mr. Liu Baocheng, our studio guest today. Well, the one thing that people actually have been worrying in recent days is the depreciation of the RMB yuan. And there are two different kinds of opinions on the depreciation of yuan. Western analysts said that the weakness of RMB yuan is actually able to be buoy the China's foreign trade, while the Ministry of Commerce said China is willing to see a more stable RMB yuan, which will be much easier for foreign trade. And what's your take on these two kinds of opinions?
Yes, in theory, of course, the lower value of the domestic currency will boost the export, but in this particular case in China, I do not think this is really artificial deliberation of the Chinese government. As a matter of fact, the Chinese government's intention was really on the opposite. Mm-hmm. They were ready to further liberalize the freer fluctuation of RMB in commitment to the World Bank, in commitment to the global community, in order to pave the way for further liberalization of the capital account of the Chinese currency. So in this way, I would really consider it as a fluctuation instead of a depreciation, because China has really enlarged the fluctuation band. So we are going to see more dynamic and changes, but I do not think this is really a one-way trajectory where the government shall allow, or the market shall allow, the continued one-way depreciation. Mm-hmm. So we would expect that while the trading goods and service and financial market altogether will be able to help to shape the real value of the currency. And that has also to do actually with the US dollar, because all major currencies around the world have really depreciated against the US dollar because of the interest rate hike and because of all the spooky stories being told from the US side. So China will have to be in more of apt the market player in the world financial market.
Right, and Mr. Gao Cheng explained a lot about China's initiative of One Belt, One Road, and a lot of achievements have been made in terms of pushing that initiative. A lot of agreements have been signed with countries along the two routes. How will that kind of cooperation with the countries along the route change China's economic pattern?
Well, I think conceptually, the One Belt, One Road bears a great significance and a great change from the Chinese perception. So I've been telling at one occasion that, well, 200 years BC, when Rome was building roads, connecting the world, right, and China was building the Great Wall to isolate from the world. Indeed. So now I think China has really the open mind. We have been building roads for the past almost 40 years within China to build connectivity and to facilitate this, the infrastructure upgrading. Now we are helping the whole world to build the roads through the One Belt, One Road program. So that's going to give confidence actually to the neighboring countries and more business opportunities. So of course, there has been a lot of talks for China to wreak its excessive industrial capacity, but that's something that is being in demand on the road.
As the traditional saying goes, that wherever there is a road, there is opportunities and progress. We should build more road instead of more walls. All right, thank you very much indeed, Mr. Liu Baocheng from the University of International Business and Economics.